YouTube has to offer. Shout out to the Reject Army, Troll Nation, Nifnons, dishwashers, bedwetters, the defectors of the Black Order, but most importantly, witness the power and the might that is the Grandmaster Troll. Title of this video: How is the Grandmaster Troll surviving the pandemic while Negroes lose their minds? So we gotta have a real conversation about the pandemic. We gotta have a real conversation about how it's affecting people, and we gotta do it from a place where we're not trying to put fear into people, where we're not telling lies. We gotta talk about how brothers and sisters could capitalize in the pandemic. Now, this whole pandemic thing, it started, some would say November, but it really didn't hit America until about the end of February going into March. There was they say they made this whole virus in the lab as some kind of bioweapon that this country was getting ready to use as a weapon against another country, in which they were having terror wars going back and forth, and somehow the people that was building or studying this virus in the laboratory, somehow it got out and it killed a lot of people, not only in that country but a lot of people around the world. And it got so bad that it was projected that this virus would kill 1 million plus people. 1 million plus people, they said this virus was going to kill. And this whole pandemic, it's infected just about everybody, from the way they work, how they get to work, how they travel, what they can do, is how they live. It's affected every aspect of life. And this pandemic situation, it even affected the Grandmaster Troll in a lot of ways, a lot of ways. But I want to talk to my people. I want to talk to the Reject Army. I want to check in. Reject Army, check in. I want to check in with my peoples, see how you doing. I want to tell you guys how I'm doing, what I got planned for this channel, because we got some big things. We got some new things getting ready to drop from this channel. So where would I like to start? I'm gonna go to the end of February. My grandfather, my grandma just passed late 2019 in the month of September, and then my grandfather, unfortunately, he passed away late February. So while we were getting ready for the funeral and do everything, we didn't know that we would be able to have a funeral, because late February they started to shut down on large gatherings and stuff like that. So it was up in the air if we would have the funeral or not. Luckily, we were able to have a small funeral. Not all of the family was able to make it to the funeral, because a lot of family members in my family, they're of old age, and they didn't want to take the risk and be involved and having a chance of getting a pandemic, and knowingly that this whole pandemic is targeting people of old age and people with pre-existing conditions. They couldn't make it. So we had the funeral, and then you guys know what happened, and then all of the goofy stuff started to happen. It all started once the NBA suspended their season. I guess the Jazz, they're about to play the OKC Thunder, and they say that Rudy Gobert, he caught the virus. He caught the Rona. He caught the Rona. So since he caught the Rona, they didn't even play the game. They said, we're not playing any more games. In fact, we're going to suspend the season indefinitely. And I believe that was on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday in that week back in March when that had happened. You guys know I referee for a living. That's pretty much how I make my living, as a referee. And I manage a couple of leagues. So once the NBA shut down, the league quarters of the league that I managed, they were talking about, playing games with no fans. They were talking about, if we're going to play with fans, they gotta come in through this door, they gotta come out that door, and they were really trying to find ways to have the season keep going even though the NBA had shut down. But when I saw the NBA had shut down, I knew college was getting ready to shut down. I knew it was just going to drop to the high school and it was going to drop to the youth level. And at that time, February, you guys know basketball, that's when it's playoff time. High school, it's playoff time. I got selected to work the state tournament. I was looking forward to maybe even possibly officiating some college playoff games for women's basketball. So it was a good time. And then I got an email saying the school district had shut down. They're closing the school district. And when that happened, since we use their gyms, the next shoe to drop was, well, the league that I was managing, I had to draft a letter to all my officials saying, due to the current pandemic and the school shutting down, the CYO season has been suspended. Then after that happened, the state tournament, actually a couple of teams dropped out of the tournament. They were able so if Team A didn't want to play because of the pandemic, Team B was declared the winner, and Team B got to move on to the next round. So then a couple of the brackets there were forfeits, but the teams were still playing, and then other teams would drop out, and then they were actually appealed to try and still play, but it got all the way to the state finals where the best teams in the north were going to play each other. Then the final round would be the best team from Northern California playing the best teams for Southern California. That didn't happen because they stopped the tournament, then they stopped the college season. That's after the NBA suspended. The next day, the college suspended their season and postseason play, and it was at that point where a lot of money that I thought would have come in through officiating, it wasn't going to happen. When I looked at my schedule, all my games were turning red. I still had a couple of youth games. I think 2 days after the NBA suspended, I ref for 2 more days, and then everything was shut down. And from that point on, I had to find a new way to make some money. I was down. Grandmother just passed away. Granddad just passed away. My mom had to relocate to Southern California, and it was a real interesting time. But one thing that kept me afloat was when you officiate basketball, you don't get paid to the end of the season. So I still had months of games that I had worked that I haven't been paid for. So over the course of the months, that money came in, and I was all right. And I got into door dashing a little bit. I did that. That's been a good additional income or a good replacement income. So I was able to survive doing that. But there's some other things I want to talk about because as I come on YouTube and I was able to make it, and I see other people going through the same struggles, and we got 22, 25 million Americans unemployed. I was one of those 25 millions of Americans unemployed. I had to file papers to hopefully maybe to get benefits, but when you're an official, you're technically independent contractor, self-employed. So there's a whole nother dynamic to that. So I haven't been able to collect on any unemployment benefits yet, but I just may not need the unemployment benefits. But I want to talk about what's been going on in YouTube because we got a lot of guys. They claim to be about manhood. They want to look out for the best interests of their viewers. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna troll a little bit. We're gonna troll just a little bit during this situation. We gotta talk about this guy right here. This guy right here who I've been trolling for a number of years. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, super chat, Cash App, PayPal. Support your boy. This brother right here, when the pandemic went down, his first thing he said people should do is go load up on guns and bullets because this is going to be a zombie apocalypse. We're going to have zombies out here breaking into your house to steal bread, to steal water, to steal sugar, to steal not just money, but just basic necessities to survive. basic necessities to survive. So he actually bought all these guns and all these bullets. And as this pandemic continued from February into March, now into April, now going into May, some of the cities are starting to open up, and it looks like maybe maybe he didn't need all those guns and bullets. Maybe the guns and bullets that he bought to protect himself from zombie intruders from breaking into his apartment, maybe, maybe, dare I say, it was a waste of money. Maybe it was a waste of money. Now, you should have guns and bullets to protect yourself, depending on the state you live. Some are open carry, some are not. You can just have guns at your house. I'm in California, so it's not an open carry open carry state, so there's not people walking around with guns allegedly. Of course, there's a couple of bad apples, but for the most part in California, for the most part in America, and also for the around the world, order has been maintained. I mean, what the government has done from a federal to a local level by maintaining order in this country from what we're supposed to be dealing with the economy shut down and all that, it looks like we just may pull through this in the next couple of months. It really looks like the American population is gonna pull through. Then we had another guy. That's right. My main made one of the smartest Negroes in the black manosphere. I mean, this dude is so smart, but he gets to these so idiotic and dumb outcomes. That's my man BGS Itmore. He thinks this virus is the worst thing that's gonna happen. It's gonna wipe out 75% of Negroes. It's gonna kill 50% of Americans. It's gonna bring an economic collapse and all this and the such. But what if I told you? What if I told you, people, that, well, there is no, there really isn't an economic collapse? What do I mean by economic collapse? Now, they're saying, of course, the jobs, they're saying the stock market, the real estate market, whatever people do business at, it's gonna suffer. That's right, it's gonna suffer. It's gonna suffer. Some people are gonna be hurt. Some people is going to have 4 or 5 months back rent with no job or job prospects to pay that rent. Yeah, it's going to happen. But for the most part, everybody's holding up. I'm not sure if it was the $1,200 stimulus checks that Trump sent. You really gotta tip your hat off for Trump, because during this economic recession, Trump actually gave the American folks $1,200, and just not only 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, when Obama was out the helm during the recession, he didn't give Negroes nothing. But I'm going to digress from that point. No, take your jobs, this, that, and such. But if you've really been in tune with the economy, when I say in tune with the economy, if you putting money into the economy, into the market, you will see that the economy, it's going to pull through. The economy, it's going to pull through. So with that said, we even had another Negro naysayer right here by the name of Tone Talks. I mean, when the pandemic hit, and you guys know him, and since the pandemic hit and black people didn't have reparations, and this pandemic is targeting black people and they're dropping like flies, this dude went on YouTube with that fair stuff, and he really got the hooting and hollering about how you Negroes just ain't gonna make it. That's basically what he said. He said you just ain't gonna make it. So now, I'm now I'm gonna get just a little bit educational real quick. just a little bit educational real quick if I can, because I'm invested into the stock market back in February, March, into early April when that market was just tanking. I mean, I ain't never seen a market tank the way the market tanked. I mean, 60% of the money I had in the market, I almost sold at the very bottom. I almost sold. In fact, if I go up real quick, if I go up real quick to my 3 month outlook, 3 month outlook, when it got about right here, what date was that? When it got when that market got to, what date was that? March 18th. That's right, March 18th. March 18th, 10 o'clock in the morning, when when I had lost 60% of my portfolio value, and the market was just going down and down and down. The Grandmaster Troll, I was very worried. I was very, very concerned. Very, very concerned. But I kept to my principles when the market crashed, whenever I got money to come in, either from my refereeing money that I was getting from the games I had worked in January, February, December. When that money came in, I would invest a little bit, save a little bit. But I stayed to the core issues. They said when the mark when people are fearful, and there was a lot of fear from BGS, Itmore, Angry Man, Tone Toss, when people are fearful, that's when it's time to be greedy. And I got real greedy, and the market improved a little bit. Then it went back down on April 3rd. That's when there were actually two bombs. When the market crashed, there were two bombs. If you go back and you look at performance of stocks, of a number of stocks, you will see that March 18th or April 3rd, that's when it was at the bottom. So I was able to buy a couple of stocks. I want to go through the portfolio, because I want Negroes out there, because there's a lot of people that I work with, come in contact to, is they don't buy stocks for whatever reason. They're not planning for their retirement for whatever reason. Maybe it's due to a lack of money. But I was able to buy some stocks, and I want to go through each and every one of them to not only inspire other people to buy stocks and get involved in the market to maybe make money, but during these economic downturns, this is when you're going to see some of the wealth transfer. This was an opportunity. This was an opportunity for people to take advantage of that wealth transformation. We talk about the racial wealth gap. This was a step to get ahead. So I bought this stock right here, NRZ. Now, 3 months ago, when I was buying this stock at 3 months ago, this was I want to say a $17 stock. Now imagine buying a stock at $17. No, my average base was around maybe the high 15s, low 16s. And then the stock crashes all the way to $3.21. I mean, when that stock crashed, when it got to 17 to 11, looking back, if I've been smart, like the Kamala Harris's, all these politicians who sold all of their stocks way back in mid-February when the stock market without its hype. No, they sold out because they knew what was about to happen. Instead of them telling the American people what was about to happen, we had to watch politicians like Nancy Pelosi march her raggedy ass to Chinatown, talking about it's still safe to go out, shop, and spend. And she had just sold all of her stocks because she knew the economy was going to crash and it was going to close everything down. It was criminal what Nancy Pelosi did, but I'm going to digress right now. So when that stock crashed, I just bought more stocks when it crashed. So you see me buying it when it was at 5, when it was at 508. Let me see if I could show it a little more. Let's see if I could show more. So when it got into the threes, you can see I bought 13 shares, 16 shares. I was really investing. You can see it as it crashed. It was in the fours. I bought more. When it was in the 17s, you can see me buy 4 shares at 16. Then it started crashing. The 14, I bought. At 11, I bought more. At 10, I bought more. Now, when it went from 10 to the high sixes, no, it was real scary. I was really concerned. I really didn't want to buy more, so I nibbled in, bought 3, bought a couple of more. But when it got to the bottom, it bottomed out at what, 321, maybe 307. That's when I really went in. And then over the past months, if I could bring up over the past months, the stock price is going up. But since I'm averaging down, I'm almost in the green of a stock that I was once down 60%, and now I'm almost in the green, and the market hasn't recovered yet. So that's just some of the things I've been doing. But besides stocks, there's something very else important I bought. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna stop the show. There's something else I bought. Something else that I bought. Something else that I bought. And you're gonna see a lot of this thing that I bought. You're gonna see it on the channel. You're gonna see it on the channel. I'm still gonna troll people, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. A little bit different. Something else that I bought that I just gotta share. So just give me 1 second. Something else that I bought that I'm looking at right now that I'm so excited because now since I can't referee and DoorDash, even though it will be able to pay some of the bills, I gotta do something else. I gotta do something else. I gotta learn a different tool to make money. So I'm gonna try to get into this video editing. I'm gonna try to take this channel to another level, and it's gonna be easier since this channel is monetized and I got great support from the reject army. There's something else I bought, and we gotta go ahead, and we gotta go ahead. I gotta show it to you guys. I got to. We had the angry man. He was talking about how BWs was going to Walmart buying flat screen TVs. Got my man Real Gamer. He says he caught on to Tesla on the IPO. If you got Tesla when it IPO'd and you held it to now, especially when it ran to $900, you may damn near be a millionaire. But there's Angry Man was talking about BWs buying 60 screen TVs, with their stimulus check, and they tried to return those same TVs only to find out that they couldn't return those flat screen TVs. You know how the Grandmaster trolled you when things get hard and you getting free money from the government. You in business with my man O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out my man O'Shea Duke Jackson. What I bought right now would not have been possible without him and his support, but more importantly, him creating a business and financially supporting the Grandmaster Troll. I gotta show it to you. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? Are you guys ready for the big reveal? We gotta do the big reveal real quick. Because I gotta show you the new investment for the channel. So with that said, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The big investment is right there. That's right. That's what we bought right there. I went out and I bought the dream car of my child, or shall I say one of my many childhood dream cars. I was able to get this car because everybody's looking to sell, and there's a lot of great deals out there. And when I saw this deal, I just couldn't pass it up. It was the color I wanted, everything I wanted, and I can't wait to make this next video.